All right, y'all. Definitely subscribe to this channel. Listen to the whole audio. I try to get on there as much as I can and talk about real issues. I try to keep a pure mind. That means that unbiased mind. You know what I mean? I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm definitely independent. And I see things on the Republican side that I like, and I see a lot of things on the Democrat side I like. I'm not really a supporter of Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Just to lay everything out. I never voted for him, really. I only voted for him to get Trump out of office, to be honest with you. There's a lot of conservatives that I like that if they was running, I probably would vote for them. You know, one of them is Chris Christie, John Kasich, Liz Cheney. You know, these are all, they vote with Trump probably 97% of the time. But a lot of them stood on something, and I have to honor that as a politician. That's rare to see a politician stand up to the powers that be. Now, I said all that to say this. Joe Biden was stupid not to negotiate and make Elon Musk the head designer of everything. Airplanes, he's making rockets right now. You know what I mean? He threw his own satellites, got like 1,100 satellites in space that he launched himself. You know what I mean? He got Starlink popping. You know, his own internet. I mean, it's all electric cars. He changed the whole world. So why wouldn't you want to sit down with this guy, regardless of how he votes, and pick his brain and put him in charge of some stuff and help us save money in this country? You know how much money we could have saved by having all the vehicles in the U.S. that we use for the federal government uses? How much gas we would save, how much money we'd save? It's in the billions. We could take that money and put it to schools that need it. You know what I mean? Instead of spending on gas, he could have created an engine. If you listen to Elon Musk, he says it only takes 100 miles of solar to make us self-sufficient. We don't need no more to get oil from Russia or OPEC or, you know, the Saudis or none of that. We don't need them at all. So to not pick this guy's brain and to diss him is the most destructive, disrespectful thing that I think Biden has done. You know what I'm saying? You disrespected the genius of our time. And he got so mad, he literally bought Twitter, okay, for $44 billion just so he can put Trump back on Twitter and all the white nationalists back on Twitter to piss Joe Biden off. That's who you're dealing with. Now, you want to pick a fight with this guy who's obviously a genius. I may not get it down with his politics. I might not like a lot of things Elon Musk does. But I'll tell you this. Some of his ideas, you need to be picking his brain. It ain't no time to be trying to diss nobody who's the genius of our time. You know what I'm saying? And I may not agree with Elon Musk on a lot of shit. But I'll tell you one thing. He could have saved us so much money if you work with the guy. He literally left California because California was tripping, built a big ass manufacturing company in Texas, and said he out. And that company that's sitting in Fremont, California, is literally just sitting in Fremont, California. You know what I'm saying? Literally just sitting there. Because, to be honest with you, we don't know what's going to happen with that country. To be honest with you, with that factory, I mean. We don't know what's going to happen. All them people might lose their jobs. But Elon ain't tripping. This is like his 6th mega giga factory he built all over the world. He don't even need that Fremont plant no more. And the thing about this is that Elon is playing chess. Biden's playing checkers. Biden, you're wrong for this. This is another thing you are wrong on. You're wrong on transgenders. You're wrong on gun rights. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with military-style weapons, but I do agree that everybody needs to be carrying at least a 9mm or a Glock, okay, in their presence nowadays, in their car, on their persons, whatever, okay? Because if I tell you the reason why I agree with the Second Amendment, because If my people would have had guns, there wouldn't have been no slavery. You know, it's not the same when the rabbit got a gun. And that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about evil people, when evil people is confronted with that gun, they get civilized. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as, you know what I'm saying, Biden, still, to this day, haven't sat down, had a meeting. He should have immediately called him in the office. You're talking about the genius of our time. Do you know what Elon Musk has done? He's got microchips in pigs' brains and shit. He's got Starlink, his own internet service that pretty much all over the world, people's getting internet because of Elon Musk. You know, they got a war in right now, and they're getting internet because of Elon Musk. Y'all not know this? You know what I mean? Have you seen the cars? Everybody wants a Tesla. You know why? Because they're so reliable, and he got charging scissors all over America and all over the world. So you're going to tell me this guy who thinks outside of the box, who's building robots to take over the workforce, you don't want to sit down with this guy. This is the arrogance, and this is why people never did like Biden. This is the reason. Because he does dumb shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Where he's on the wrong side of history. You know what I mean? All that turning our kids into transgenders and all that stuff. Man, come on, man. You're going too far. That's the issue. You should have just left it alone. They already had their rights through the Supreme Court. Leave it alone. But by you trying to force everybody to accept that lifestyle, that's something that shouldn't be tolerated because not everybody's with it. If they want to live that life, that's their business. Leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Don't bother them. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to push that down people's throats. You know what I mean? And then for you to not sit down with Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not sit down with Elon Musk? Come on, man. Who ain't going to sit down with this guy? You should have made him the ambassador of America. All federal vehicles, they transformed from being gas to Teslas. Okay? Then we put up solar panels. We go out in the desert where it's heat, where the sun is beaming year round, and we put up 100 miles of solar panels. Now, guess what? The whole United States, we ain't got no more energy problem. You know what I'm saying? We getting that free energy. See, thinking outside the box is what we need. We have a lot of federal land that we not letting anybody on, and it should be used for stuff like that. Now, as far as the immigration problem, that's easy. It's very easy. You create a town in the desert, you know what I'm saying? Put up the walls, let the people come here, and while they're waiting here, they could build lives in the little town that we have. They can work in the little factories or the garden, whatever they want to do with the fruits and shit, and they can work there until they get their citizenship. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy. You could hold up to about 100,000 people that's here illegally. You know what I mean? Have them just come to that one little spot. They stay there. If they come from a country that's killing them, they're nice and safe right there until it's time for them to get their citizenship or get approved or whatever the case may be. You can have a couple courthouses in that same spot, so we don't even have to look for them. And it's very simple. But this big rich man, I just think that Biden made a huge mistake. He made the wrong decision not to cut a deal with Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the bottom line. Yeah, the handwriting's on the wall. The American people's getting tired of this, how the Democrats are not doing anything for minorities. You know what I mean? They constantly just sit there and posture, and you want to blame Trump, which I agree. Trump is a terrible president. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't Trump, think about it. They got people that's out there who are smart, intelligent, who votes 97% with Trump. Somebody like a Chris Christie, who is intelligent, okay? Super intelligent, where the way you look at this shit, you look at it like, what you gonna do when you're dealing with someone like that? And that's my point. You know what I'm saying? For Biden not to sit down with this guy and cut a deal, he done lost his rabbit mind. This is Big Rich. This is all of my opinion. I love all comments, Republicans, Democrats. haters, whatever. Hey, I love you too. This is Big Rich. Subscribe to the channel. Share this.